I want to go a little deeper into what I was saying before about when we lose sense. See, people may think things taste good, but if they knew what those things that they were eating were, and then they removed all the fake things that don't belong there, that are bad for the body, then they'd see how nature tastes now. And the reason nature tastes that way, and actually smells that way, when you aren't blocked by thought or pill or by all the foods that have distorted your taste buds into liking chemicals, then food smells and tastes weird when it's natural, only because you've become unnatural and you've become transorganic or inorganic, half and half. You're still organic, of course, but I'm trying to put this in the best words possible. But when people say they don't like salads or vegetables or fruits or basically anything natural, I don't like water, I don't like this. I'm like, water and some kind of plant was used to make whatever you're using, or some kind of mineral is made to use whatever you're having or using. So people can't say they don't like them. They just don't like natural ones because they've been led to only like unnatural ones. When you see the depth of how far that's gone, you've got to start understanding. In order to get your taste back to its truth, you've got to remove the sweets, the sugars, the toxins, and then start going back to nature and developing a likeness for those things that are actually healthy for you. And then you will live longer. Then you'll become smarter. And then you will spiritually progress. That's the truth. You can't just doctor things up and make them taste good for you and hope that you'll live a long, happy life. You may lead what seems to be somewhat long, maybe 100 years or so, barely, with going through all kinds of problems because of the spiritual beings that you harm. But when you become conscious of that, all these things start happening and making sense to you, and you work towards them. It doesn't make it simple. It doesn't mean that every fruit and vegetable or plant tastes great all of a sudden. In fact, a lot of them still taste bad. Because until you remove those other things, you can wake up and still be like, but I like sugar and I like candy. And that can happen, but it'll slow down your process. You can get more and more and more and more increasingly intelligent when you remove more of those chemicals, because it's not like they're all gone just because you woke up, especially if you're still using a lot of them. They're in most things. So even if you have woke up and you try to stay organic, if you keep mixing them in like margarine or every once in a while you have a soda or anything like that, like you're still keeping yourself diluted to some degree. And I know people don't want to hear that because it takes so much willpower to be completely all natural, and it's actually quite an obstacle in a world that is trying to make more and more things less natural. But when we see this happening, we need to come together and care about the living parts of the planet, because the unliving parts of the planet are now being toxified and chemicalized, and the living parts of the planet are getting mixed with all that stuff, and they're becoming non-living, and they're becoming just structured mechanisms. And once we lose all our sense, we can't do anything about it because we won't care enough to, and very few of us do already. So once again, I'm reaching out. Contact me. I love you guys. Peace.